Hello friends, my name is Zekko and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are talking Manchester United, Barcelona and the apparently most talked about player in football today, that is Frenkie De Jong, because Manchester United have not cooled their interest on the Dutch midfielder. But does he want to leave? He is saying no. So what should Manchester United do? I believe they should leave him alone, and I'll tell you why later on in the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and let's talk about Frenkie De Jong and this absolute madness of a transfer saga. Frenkie De Jong, the Dutch midfielder, has been looked at by Manchester United for a number of months now. It is thought that they have an agreement with FC Barcelona for his transfer of around about £72 million or around about 75 million euros, adding on to that to make it 85 million. I believe it's 10 million in add-ons, and that seems to have been verbally confirmed if you're looking at a lot of the reports coming out at the moment. But the big thing is that Frenkie De Jong has decided that he does not want to leave. He has categorically come out and said that he is not happy with a move to Manchester United for a number of reasons. And we can go into them really quickly right now. The first reason is he loves Barcelona. His girlfriend loves Barcelona and he enjoys the country of Spain. He enjoys the club. He enjoys where he lives. He's happy. He's settled. He doesn't want to leave or jeopardize or change anything, and he just wants to continue playing his football for the club that he says is of his dreams. I'm not one to doubt that, so why would we expect him to want to leave a club that is apparently his prime destination? He's made it. He's happy with where he is, so why should he be forced out? The problem that arises here is that Barcelona actually just don't have a lot of money right now. They're definitely not very liquid and they desperately need to get some assets off the wage books, or at least to have them reduced. Barcelona are dealing with financial fair play and they're also dealing with their own financial crisis within the club. They don't have any money to spend, and that's why they're being forced to sell off parts of their TV rights deals in La Liga to different companies. They have sold 25% of their current TV rights deal to a company, an investment company in America, which has given them some leverage to be able to go and sign some players and try to attempt to balance the books or sign extra players to make the squad better. This is definitely not a good situation for Barcelona to be in, and it is an extremely dangerous one. They are essentially selling their soul to be able to continue as a football club and to continue to get the names they desperately so want. They have recently signed Robert Lewandowski from Bayern Munich for an estimated £50 million. They are also looking into Jules Koundé, which could be announced at any day now. They are trying to hijack the move that Chelsea are looking to do with Sevilla for Jules Koundé. They have also tried to sign a number of players, and a couple of them have gone through. They have signed Rafinha, another fantastic signing. He is a brilliant player, and they have apparently paid around about 72 million for him. These are crazy figures, especially when you're considering the fact that Barcelona have no money. So that begs the question, do they have money or is it just a smokescreen? They don't actually. As far as I'm aware and from what I've read, they're just trying to paper over the cracks at the moment to keep everything up and running. In fact, it is believed that Barcelona actually owe Frenkie De Jong around about £17 million worth of deferred wages. He is owed that, but because he was asked to take a pay cut for Barcelona so they were able to continue as financially stable as they possibly could be. But they still owe him that money, and when his contract is up, he is required to be paid that, which is why these deferred wages are coming up. If you're unaware, this is a big problem, because obviously Frenkie De Jong, before he leaves or goes anywhere in any kind of move, again, Barcelona want him to leave to get him off the books and to be able to get some kind of big transfer fee for him. They don't have a lot of cash right now, and De Jong is basically their most sellable asset, so they need to cash in on him, and they're just financially not in a good place right now. When you look at this, if De Jong is ever going to move, he needs his money from Barcelona. He can't move to another club and then not receive his £17 million. That would be crazy. And I think anyone in De Jong's situation, aside from the fact that he loves the club, would want to stay. Barcelona are saying that you cannot stay and that we need to get rid of you. And if you do stay, we need you to take at least a 50% pay cut. The problem with that is, why should De Jong, one of Barcelona's best players and a apparent, according to Joan Laporta and Xavi, one of their key assets and one of their key players in the squad, why would they ask him to take a 50% pay cut to stay at a club that is willing to sell him? Now, I'm sure they do value him, I'm sure they do want to keep him, but financially they can't. So how are you going to deal with that if you're Frenkie De Jong? Well, he's been very clear about this. He does not want to leave, regardless of the situation. His agent and him are saying, all of the messages coming out saying, I want to stay at Barcelona. I believe he will do, which leaves a big hole and a big problem for a club like Manchester United, who are putting all of their eggs in one basket, and that basket is Frenkie De Jong. They don't seem to be pursuing other targets. They don't seem to be pursuing anyone else. It's all Frenkie De Jong. And Xavi and Joan Laporta, who's the president of Barcelona at the moment, are pretty comfortable with this. They are aware that Frenkie does not want to leave. They are aware that it's fine, and I think they believe that he will probably take a pay cut to stay at Barcelona because he loves the club and the place that he is at right now so very much. I think he sees Xavi's project as a rebuild, and I think that he's bought into the project, I should say, and he wants to continue to stay to see where it goes. There are numerous reports just the other day that Xavi wants Laporta to get Lionel Messi through the door as a free transfer next season. Whether that happens or not, I'm not too sure, but obviously it didn't end on great terms with Barcelona and Messi, and it was a very, very sad parting. So bringing him back to the club would bring both eyes and a great footballer. If you look at that, I can't see why De Jong would want to leave, especially when he's happy where he is. Yes, financially it's not great, but if he cares about the club that much, I'm sure they've made some assurances that he will be paid in the near future. And if that is the case, they just need the investment that will come through the selling of these TV rights. So where does this leave Ten Hag and his Manchester United team, with Frenkie De Jong not willing to leave? Well, Manchester United have, as I said, put all of their eggs in one basket, hoping that Barcelona will eventually crumble and force De Jong to leave. I don't think that will be the case, because I think they, as Barcelona have put it, have operated the third lever. They've pulled that, they've sold an extra 15% of their TV rights, and I think they should be pretty okay for money. I don't think Barcelona are silly enough to let go one of their best assets when he doesn't want to leave. On top of this, if you're a Manchester United fan, supporter, or have anything to do with the club, I must ask this question. Why are Manchester United pursuing Frenkie De Jong when he's clearly stated that he has no intention of joining them? He clearly has no want to leave Barcelona, and he seemingly has no desire to go to Manchester United regardless. So if he's forced to take the move and forced to go, what kind of performance would Manchester United get out of Frenkie De Jong? Would he play the way that he plays for Barcelona currently? That's doubtful. Yes, he probably would turn up a 50% performance, a 70% performance, but he's never going to give his full all for the cause. And that seems like something that Erik Ten Hag would demand and want from his players, regardless of who they are. I'm not sure that going for a player that actually doesn't want to play for your club is the smartest move. Surely you would want to get a player that desperately wants to play for your club, and therefore they're going to give their all for you. I'm not sure Frenkie De Jong will do that. Yes, I understand that Erik Ten Hag's system fully depends on a very, very high quality midfielder orchestrating from the back, but are there not other players that might be able to fit that mould? We're aware that Erik Ten Hag has worked for Frenkie De Jong before at Ajax, and I'm sure he's been the player that he wants to turn to. But Frenkie De Jong has clearly said that he doesn't want to play for Ten Hag or Manchester United. This is an issue. I think it's extremely dangerous to be chasing a player that doesn't want to play for you, and I think it's very, very dangerous, even if they do get it over the line, as to what kind of performances Frenkie De Jong will be putting in for the red shirt of Manchester. Now, when we look at this, I really do think that they should be looking at different options. They should leave Frenkie De Jong alone, and they should go and pursue someone else. I'm not sure who that would be. You have a numerous amount of players that you could choose from. Recently, Milinkovic-Savic has been rumoured. I don't think that will happen. Ruben Neves is one that's a little bit more likely. Yuri Tillemans is on the market for, if you believe the quotes, are around about £20 million. Would you not go for a player that might be a little bit more open to the project that is being pursued and looked at by Erik Ten Hag? Would you not rather do that for a player that is willing to play for the club, rather than one that's digging their heels in and doesn't want to leave the club of his dreams? Overall, what do I think should happen? I think Manchester United, as I've said at the start of this video, should leave Frenkie De Jong alone. I'm sure he would have been a great asset for the team if he wants to play for them, but he's clearly made his intentions known, and just not listening to that seems rather daft and naive to me. And naivety is something that I'm really getting from this situation. Manchester United do not want to back down because it is seen as a weak move. They would be a laughingstock in the world of football, but I think they'll be that anyway if they don't get an extra midfielder and Frenkie De Jong ends up staying at Barcelona to take a pay cut, which I think has a likelihood of happening. He clearly does not want to leave. There are not too many more ways that you can say that. And when you look at it, Erik ten Hag needs players through the door that he can mould and look at sooner rather than later, especially for Manchester United's sake. The season starts in less than 2 weeks, and when you look at that, Manchester United have the same midfield that they started out last season. McTominay and Fred are fine, but are they at the quality of Frenkie De Jong and the player that Erik ten Hag needs to build his system around? Absolutely not. And going into the first season, or the first day of the season I should say, without the quality players that Erik ten Hag needs to mould this team into something that can actually do something, I think is extremely dangerous. And they are in danger of, more likely than not, going into the first game with the same squad that they had at the end of last season, and that's extremely dangerous in my opinion. Leave Frenkie De Jong alone, go for someone else, because he clearly does not want to play for you. It's getting embarrassing at this point. How long are you going to be pushing this on for? Surely you need to be looking at different targets. Surely there are different people who would be able to give around about the same quality, or perhaps a little bit less, but for the drive and determination they would bring to the club over Frenkie De Jong, is it not worth it? I'm not daft in thinking that a high quality player that has worked with Ten Hag before is something that he would really want and really need. But you have to question the design and motivation of a player that has clearly and categorically stated that he does not want to play for you. Move on. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content coming soon. These were just a couple of thoughts on my head. I've been thinking about it for a while, and to be honest with you, this entire saga and entire situation has frustrated me from day one, ever since Frenkie De Jong actually came out and said that he didn't want to leave. I don't understand why Manchester United have been pursuing it for so long, especially when there are clear indicators that it's not going to happen. Let me know in the comment section below how you think about Frenkie De Jong. What do you think he would bring to Manchester United? And do you think the deal is likely, or do you think that Frenkie will stay in Barcelona and take a pay cut to stay at the club of his dreams? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. You can also let me know on Twitter. I am at Zekko64. I post when my videos go live, but of course you can already know that if you hit that notification bell, so please do that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.